Ah! Hello everyone out there. Welcome to another episode of Randy Prizzle Predicts. And obviously this week, predicting the Premier League results straight to you. Obviously this weekend's fixtures are going to be coming straight to you right now. So let's get straight into it. Obviously, Saturday, the 31st of August, we're going to see, obviously, the 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Southampton going against Man United. Now, obviously, Southampton didn't win last week. Found it really tough in the game. Well, sorry, they did win against Brighton. So I was looking at the previous results. You know me. Don't worry about all that. But yeah, they did win against Brighton 2-0. They're probably riding on a bit of momentum here. But they're going to a tough team in Man United. Even though Man United right now haven't got some players that, you say less gelling as well. They're still finding their feet. You could say they haven't really replaced Lukaku as well. So it's going to be a bit difficult for them, but throughout the season, I mean. But I think with this game, it's going to be a real tight affair between the two. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Man United. So I'm going to go 2-1 Man United. It's going to obviously take place at St Mary's, which is Southampton's ground. But I think Man United are going to find some way through, probably with the help of VAR or something like that. But I think they're going to win 2-1 at the end. Move on to the next game, which is 3 p.m. kickoff. It's Chelsea going against Sheffield United. Chelsea at home. Chelsea obviously won their last game against Norwich 3-2. So obviously they're riding a bit of momentum. Sheffield United, they lost 2-1 to Leicester. But I think Sheffield are going to really give this one a good go against Chelsea. I don't think it's going to be a game where they're going to score. But I think Chelsea are just going to have a bit of the edge. I think they're going to go there with a mentality mainly to just, possibly sit back and soak up some pressure and just see what happens. But I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to lose 1-0. So I'm going for Chelsea winning that 1-0. Next game, we've got Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. Crystal Palace, did manage to beat Man United last week 2-1 with that shock result. Last minute winner, I forgot the guy's name again. What was his name? Van Arnold, sorry. Patrick Van Arnold with that last minute winner was crazy, that they managed to beat Man United with seconds to go out. But a fantastic result for them. Just depends, obviously this week coming into this game, they're at home. I know their fans are really buoyant and going to be behind them, but I think Villa are going to want to get something from this game. I think Villa are going to come out fighting. They got that win against Everton, which I think no one really thought they would win. So I do think they're going to come out with this one, but I think it's going to be a draw, this game. I think it's going to be 1-1 between the two of them. So I'm going to go for a 1-1. Next game, Leicester against Bournemouth. Leicester, didn't really have the nicest of escapes with Sheffield United, but they did win. They did win 2-1. But I think coming against Bournemouth, and Bournemouth lost to Man City. No harm in losing to the champions, but it's a game where they need to try and push to get something out of. But I don't think they're going to get much out of this. I think it's going to be Leicester winning this. I'm going to go Leicester 3-1. Got next game, Man City against Brighton. Man City obviously beat Bournemouth 3-1. Don't think they're really going to have a problem against Brighton. So I'm going to go 4-1 Man City. Move on to the next one, Newcastle against Watford. Newcastle got that shock win against Tottenham. Literally, they had 10 men behind the ball. Managed to have one attack and they managed to score from it. But this is how you have to do against the big teams. You have to be clinical, and big up to Newcastle. They were clinical. They went and beat the Scud. So fantastic for them. I think it's going to be a really tough game against Watford for Newcastle. I think it's going to be a 2-2 for this one. That's what I'm going to go for, 2-2. We'll move on to the next game, which is West Ham against Norwich. Obviously, West Ham at home to Norwich. West Ham, finding it really relatively easy against Watford in their previous game. beating them 3-1, which I think kind of stunned a lot of people. But then they had no Troy Deeney. But, it is going to be a difficult one for West Ham, I think, in this game. I think Norwich, obviously, Pookie, he's a bit on form. But I think he will score in that game. And I think Norwich are going to push them. I think it's going to be a 1-1 game. So I'm going to go 1-1 against West Ham and Norwich. Next game, you've got Burnley against Liverpool. Liverpool, obviously, beat us last week, which is Arsenal, if you didn't know. The old school Arsenal I'm wearing. They beat us 3-1, which first half, we were relatively in the game, kept it well until the 40th minute. But I do think Liverpool are going to find it tough against Burnley, but I think they're just going to escape with a narrow victory in this one. I'm going to go for them winning 1-0. So that's Liverpool winning against Burnley 1-0. Now we're going to move on to Sunday's games. So we've got Everton against Wolves, which is a 2 p.m. kickoff on the Sunday. Everton, obviously, need to pick up points, obviously, after the last result they had, which was the shock result to Villa. They need to come back stronger than that. I feel they will be buoyant for it. It's going to be in their ground, but they're going to be facing a Wolves team that, I think the two of these teams are definitely going to be competing for that top 7, spot. Who gets in the Europa, who has that last place in the Europa League. So I do think it's going to be a real tough game either way. But I do expect goals from either team. So I'm going to go for 2-2 in that game. Now we move on to the big one. The big one on the Sunday, 1st September, which I think counts as the major big show in the Super Sunday Showdown, which is obviously the 4:30 p.m. kickoff. Arsenal, my team, going 1-on-1 against the scum, aka Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, we lost against Liverpool, but I think we were relatively going well, as I said, until the 40th minute. Tottenham, had that shock defeat, to Newcastle. It's going to be one that, I've chopped and changed my mind quite a few times because the realism of it, I thought potentially could be a draw, a high-scoring draw. But I want to be brave. I want to, support my team. I want to give my team the backing. So I believe my team is going to win 2-1. 2-1 to the Arsenal I'm going for. Hopefully the boys do not let me down and we get that result because we need to beat them and we need to put them back where they belong at the back end of North London. Do you know what I mean? We at the front, and they're in the back. You know what I mean? But the back end of London all together. Do you know what I mean? So then I'll put all the other London clubs ahead of them. You know what I mean? Even Charlton. But yeah, don't worry about that. But anyways, that's my predictions for this week. Premier League results. What are your predictions? Do you have the same predictions as me? You can put your comments below, or you can keep them to yourself. And hope you enjoy the weekend's fixtures. And peace, love, unity, and see you on the next episode of Randy Prizzle Predicts, which should be very soon. Very, very soon. So, all right, later.